up, guys? It's Nyla.
And Katie.
And this is...
Take Note!
And we're sorry for being absent for a while.
Wow, I feel like a perfect arse.
If you know, then you know.
Yeah. So, anyways, to celebrate the fact that we're back, we're going to be reviewing the new Shawn Mendes record, Shawn Mendes.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Who's Shawn Mendes? This joke I said every time we mention
that
him.
One vine of Justin Bieber just not knowing who the fuck Shawn Mendes is.
I feel like he did, but he was just
it's
being
like
shady.
It's like, okay, so Ozzy Osbourne said, "Who the fuck is Justin Bieber?" And then Justin Bieber said,
Full
"Who
circle,
is Shawn
baby.
Mendes?" So does that mean that Ozzy Osbourne doesn't know who Shawn Mendes
By that
is
logic,
either?
I would imagine.
Yeah, it's like, if A equals B and B equals C, then logically A equals C. I love math.
Okay.
Anyways, so
let's talk about the cover art first. It's very unique.
Mm-hmm.
I like the floral element. I really like the cover art for Lost in Japan.
Yes, it's so
It's
serene.
like very light and pink, and I like this kind of vibe he's got going. His face looks a little silly on the cover, but he's beautiful enough so where he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's a whole ass man. He can do whatever he wants.
And I think the cover art even speaks to like kind of I'd say the minimalism of this record, just because like
very dainty, simplistic.
Yeah, because his other shit, it sounded like Sorry, we're recording this at like close to midnight.
We're at delirium levels.
But yeah, his other shit that he did, it sounded a lot like
more poppy.
Yeah, he like as if he was
more,
trying to be poppy.
This is definitely more like acoustic, like laid back Panera music.
Yeah, Panera Bread music.
It's literally
bottom music.
Like, actually, it reminds me a lot of Harry Styles'.
Oh, yeah.
I will always mention him because I love him, but, like, definitely, like, just in, like, not even just in, like, the floral elements, which are very prevalent in both, just, like, the very acoustic, chill. I really, like, I think showcases their, like, I think it showcases his range actually pretty well, because there's a lot of moments where he's, like, in a very high, like, higher register, and then, like, he could, like, take it down a little bit lower.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that I love is there are moments where, like, his voice is a little raspy as he's singing.
I like that.
And I love that because it makes me feel as though he was aiming for a more authentic experience as he was going through that.
Because I like some of this. I'll admit I like some of the Shawn Mendes music. But some of it definitely, like, prior to this, it felt a lot more artificial. Like, just a little bit more, like, mainstream, like, what they want. Like, that sounds so pretentious, but, like, it really was. Like, it was still great music, don't get me wrong. Like, Stitches, Mercy, There's Nothing Holding Me Back.
Yeah, that one I really love. There's Nothing Holding Me Back.
Those are all really great songs and great albums, but this one just has such a refreshing and unique vibe to it that I think is perfect for summer. Going into fall, like, that's just, like, a really, like, just chill album, just relaxing, listening to this. And
another thing, I think that maybe the reason why it's like this is because maybe at this point Shawn Mendes, everybody who follows mainstream, they know who Shawn Mendes is, so he doesn't have to follow as much of, because obviously his label was probably trying to be like, okay, this is how we're gonna get you to this point, and now he's at this point, and he's like, now I can do this.
And I feel like that's like exactly what Harry Styles did as well, and like a lot of the other people in One Direction as well. Like, I hate to be that bitch, but he like really did. Like, I feel like definitely, especially like Zayn and Harry, they really like
went into their own thing.
They were all like puppets, But now, like, it's so cool to just see all these artists express themselves and making really great music in the process.
Yeah. So now we'll get into kind of a track by track how we feel.
Yeah, we'll do In My Blood and Lost in Japan together because they were the first.
Yeah, they came out like pretty much in the same span of time.
March, same time.
Yeah.
But I think it was a really good decision to make these two singles. I think it really set the tone for this era for him. Lost in Japan, like, if you look, like, I think they said he was, like, the #1 digitally streamed artist or something, like, in the world right now, which is insane that he's, like, 20-something. Like, he started on Vine, he had such humble beginnings, and now he's, like, really up there. That's awesome for him. I remember he was, like, opening up for Taylor Swift, and now he could, like, start his own world tour, you know? Like, he could do his own thing and totally sell out stadiums and stuff, I firmly believe.
I know that the way you're talking is because it's close to midnight, but it almost sounds as though you're about to, like, cry because
I'm just really proud of Shawn Mendes.
And now you can go on world tours.
But it's cool that somebody, like, that started from Vine is now one of the top digitally whatever artists.
Yeah, but In My Blood, that was the first one that I heard. In My Blood, I love that because I was listening to an interview with him and like Zane Lowe, and he was talking about how like that was the first song he wrote for the record, and he wanted like a Kings of Leon type vibe.
That's cool. I definitely got that.
Yeah, and I just love the "Is it in my blood?"
It's definitely a more
powerful.
It's a good song, but it does have a little bit of like redundant like chord progressions, like definitely stuff that I like. Na, 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 na. Like that's like we've heard that before. It's nothing profound, but it's a good song. I'm not hating on it by any means. I think
think about that next time before you insult "In My Blood" by Shawn Mendes.
Take that shit back. No, but it's a good song, but it's nothing really innovative. We reviewed this already.
Yeah,
but
I forgot that we reviewed these.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to remind the people.
And then Lost in Japan, the bass and everything.
That one's very, very new.
Do you got plans tonight?
That
I'm a couple hundred miles from Japan.
That one's almost got like I don't care if you quote me on this, but like it almost reminds me of like the Bee Gees, just it's like a little bit higher up and it's like a little bit more like dance. I don't know.
I think I could see that one being on the radio most of all because I feel like most of this record I feel like it's songs that aren't conventionally pop radio
and they like just go together in the album, like they only make sense in the album, I feel like.
Yeah, but it's so good. And then Nervous, let's talk about Nervous.
I like that one.
Yeah, that one is probably my least favorite just because of the fact that one it sounds a little I don't know, it just doesn't give me the vibe that I'm looking for.
But he got like that song got the job.
Yeah, it's still I definitely would not skip it, but you know, I don't think there's any song on this record that I would skip. You know,
I'm not sure which one, but he made a reference to Mercy. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, if you caught that, then you're awesome. But I'm not sure which song it was. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh, Where Were You in the Morning?
A classic.
That song, I'm a sucker for like that filtered guitar that's like, wah. Oh my god, we're listening to that in the car.
We got it. That's such a good song.
Like to Be You with Julia Michaels.
Pretty dainty.
Yeah, it's nice. I think Julia Michaels serves the song well.
Yeah.
You know, because I've only ever heard her through Issues, obviously, because that's the song. Yeah, and I mean, it was nice the first time I heard it, but she had kind of that "Welcome to My Kitchen" Vine sound. But in this one, she has her own voice, and I like it. Fallen All in You. See, this is where
this is like when we start getting to the middle. I'm like,
that's when I'm like, oh, I forgot exactly how it sounded.
Particular Taste, I remember. I like that
Yeah,
one.
Particular Taste was
Sounds
good.
good. Why?
Ooh, I think I remember listening to Why and being like,
she.
fuck, like my heart hurts.
He did that.
That shit hurted.
That shit hurted.
Yeah,
oh
because
God,
I had you. Because I Had You. I think that one was also a good one. Queen. That's the one that
one's good.
Yeah, because I know that
like,
was. I think it was like
Who
Made You Queen.
That
Youth?
one, okay. Sorry, wait, just to go back to that. That one, like, I don't. It reminded me of like an opposite to King of Anything by. Is it Sarah Bareilles?
I think.
Who made you king of anything?
Yeah, I feel like Sarah Bareilles would have done that song. Yeah.
Yeah, like could you imagine a mashup? Oh my God, I'm shaking. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Youth. With Khaled.
I like Khaled, don't get me wrong. This isn't my favorite thing he's been involved in. It's a good song, but it's nothing that I would go back and like be obsessed with.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now I'm kind of in that mood for this song just because it's like it hurts a little, you know? Like you can
like
feel
you can't take my youth from me.
Yeah, you can feel like the pain in it, and I think because they performed it at the Billboard Music Awards or whatever, like as a tribute to like all the school shootings and stuff. And like when I listened back to it and heard the lyrics, it made sense to me because it sounded like it was like, oh, you know, I'm hearing like all this stuff on the news and like my heart is broken or whatever.
But I like Khaled. my personal preference, God,
Preference.
is he did Love Lies with Normani from Fifth Harmony, and that was on the Love Simon soundtrack.
Ooh.
LGBT took a win for that
Yeah.
one. I prefer that one, but I think they're both good.
Mutual. I also remember liking this one.
Yeah. And Perfectly Wrong too.
And then I gotta talk about this because I don't remember how this one sounded fully, but I do remember
Liking
it was. And also I'm pretty sure it's in the same key as in My Blood, and it's the closing track, and In My Blood is the opening track, and I love that. We love a cyclical legend.
He did that.
Yeah, like Pink Floyd, The Wall, Who? Forget that. Yeah, but I really loved that. I thought it was a nice closing track. But this album really did it for me.
Yeah, that's, like I've said before, it got the job done. I love what he's become. I like the progress he's made. He's definitely established himself as an artist, and I think that's great. And I think he's just what the music industry needs right now, if we're being completely honest.
I love that was the most serious thing that any of us have said in this video. But yeah, like he really is coming in his own. I thought for a while that like I didn't like him because that's the popular thing to do, like hate on pop artists and stuff. But like I do like some of the singles that he's put out beforehand, and this album really is an example of how 2018 has been like such a great year for music so far. I've had so many fantastic albums to listen to over this year, particularly the new Courtney Barnett record, Tell Me How You Really Feel. That album is good.
And also, it hasn't even come out yet, but fucking Panic at the Disco.
Oh, yeah.
I already know it's going to be good.
Yeah. Quick little review of High Hopes.
Bitch. Yes!
That's, yes, yeah, it is a very, 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 very good song. Love that. Because I remember Katie was playing it in the car while we were, like, on the way to Denny's.
Yeah,
and
that's
right before seeing the Han Solo movie.
Which that's a whole other topic for a whole other day, bitch. I can't even right now.
Yeah, but yeah.
So good. I really love what he's doing. A lot of people are like, no, I miss the old Panic. Like, bitch, if you expect an artist to remain stagnant and like just like totally just stick to one genre.
If you think about it, though, they've never been stagnant. Every album
they've had different band like comprised. Not only that, but like in general, like you look at someone like Taylor Swift, like she went from country to completely pop. Fuck off, okay. From completely pop, and nobody said anything about that, and that's just kind of like I don't know, just like the whole like, just don't even get me started on that fan.
Okay. Back to the self-titled record from Shawn Mendes.
It's great.
I would give it probably... I want to give it a 10 out of 10.
No, I would...
9.
I'd give it like 7.8. Because there's a lot of those filler tracks where I'm like, okay, and start of it, it's like in the middle it gets a little mushy. I like the song. I either really, really like the songs or really I'm like, eh.
Like, for me, I feel like, yeah, there are some filler songs in there, but overall I think that the ones that are really... in there, like, they make up for that, especially Where Were You in the Morning. If you just gave me that song and Shawn Mendes like died in a plane crash before this album was finished,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Like I would be like, wow, that's it, that's
knock on wood.
yeah. Well, I mean,
if Shawn Mendes accidentally got massacred tonight, I would be content. Like
no,
what?
like with that song, I mean, like
okay.
that would be his, like if that was his final song ever. Okay, fine. If he retired magically, if he was like, if he was like,
morbid.
If he was like, you know what, guys, I think I'm gonna retire. So
with his hands,
with his hands. But yeah, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I don't know. It's really good, really, really, really good. Wow, it feels like a perfect album.
Wait. Wow, it feels like a perfect album. Jennifer Coolidge, anyone?
Yeah, I hope you guys know who Jennifer Coolidge is.
Because if you don't, then watch A Cinderella Story, that one episode of Friends.
Where she says that.
Yeah, Legally Blonde. I'm taking a dog, dumbass.
Wasn't she in like freaking Two Broke Girls?
Yeah. She's awesome. Anyway, have a safe Memorial Day. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And this has been Take
Nyla.
note. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Fuck.
this has been Nyla.
And Katie.
And this has also been
Take note!